are now tuned in to the AR Sports Media. This episode is going to be called Tay Strikes Back. The Last Tay. Revenge of Tay. Because, goddamn, what a weekend, football weekend for him. I was going to ask him which one he wanted to go first, but our guy, Axe, dealing with a fighting uphill against a recent health scare, joined us. If he has to leave his last will and testament, it'll be fucking right here what he got to say about the regular season Ravens showing up again. Same round, same situation. Told you last week. So I can't pick them till they show me they can get it done. I was asked earlier in the day, what do you think? And I said, well, Ravens like to just not show up in these situations. And here we are 3 turnovers later. 3 turnovers and a couple of drops. So, Axe, floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, man. Like, I was in the hospital earlier today. I wasn't as sick as I was on Sunday, though. But I'll just keep it brief. We started off the game fairly decent. First drive was fire. I was like, hell yeah, we in a good rhythm. Defense didn't play that bad, but that first interception, the miscommunication between Bateman and Lamar, it's just disappointing that they still have these issues this deep into their careers. It was a horrible throw, like inexcusable throw. The fumble, first off, Tyler Linderbaum was having issues. Like, that was a horrible snap that he had. I wish Lamar would have just fell on the ball and, like, so we could have held on possession, at least try to run and get in the field goal range instead of trying to make the play. His first instinct is, I'm going to try to keep this play alive. Like what we saw against the Bengals earlier this year. He was trying to recreate that play, but it was frozen tundra out there. And the ball just slipped out of his hands. So that was another poor decision that he made. But I am happy that Lamar shook back and had a really strong second half. And that final drive was fire. Mark Andrews, I don't know what the hell he was thinking with that bullshit-ass cutback. He should have just fell forward. He's a fucking tight end. It's 12 degrees outside. Like, why you trying to get jiggy like you Reggie Bush in 05? Like, fuck out of here with that.
He's good doing the cutback. He put that thing behind his back like Caitlin Clark, man. I was like, God damn.
Yeah, like, fuck is you doing? Just go straight forward. You could have got 3 yards going forward instead of that whole cutback bullshit. And then, like, he did have a big-ass drop before that fumble. If he would have caught that ball in the first half, that would have been, like, 3rd and 1. And that would have changed, like, the whole trajectory. He wouldn't have been in shotgun with that poor snap. So that was literally the play before he had a drop. So, Andrews, this is his 8th. I don't think it's his 8th playoff game. In his playoff career, he has 8 drops. Averages 39 yards per playoff game. Like, for the money he's making, he's a regular season merchant. And at this point, I'd rather see Isaiah Likely at tight end 1. He had a much better game. He had the close to the tying touchdown.
Better
he came
season,
up
too.
huge. Like, that whole game. So I'm ready for him and Charlie Kohler to take over at tight ends. Like, Mark Andrews cost like $12 million. We could use that money elsewhere, man. I hated the
I think it's for the best for both sides, really. I don't know how I could not go back and face that fucking city and that team.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't speak to the media.
Give me a fresh fucking start somewhere.
He didn't talk to the media. He didn't come to clean out his locker. So, like, that's the type of time you want, man. Let's just move on with Likely. I feel like he'll be a better receiving option anyway.
Yeah.
And, like, he's our all-time
draft.
Yeah, he's our all-time leading receiver in touchdowns, but when it matters, he never shows up. Like, it's been enough playoff games. You average 39 yards over in your playoff career. Like, nah, bro. You see Travis Kelce, what he do in the playoffs. He all-time great receiver when it comes to the playoffs. Like, them type of guys step up. And I hated the defense pass interference when Keon Coleman pushed the shit out of Tre'Davious White. That really, like, changed a lot because that would have been 4th and 5 instead of a first down. That's a 4-point swing right there. So just so much. The defense, I'm not going to blame them too much. They held Allen under 150 yards, and they was put in some shitty positions by the turnovers. So I can't shit on the defense too much. I don't want to see Brandon Stevens in the Ravens uniform again, though. I know that. And I just feel like we need to upgrade at receiver. And yeah, upgrade receiver, upgraded linebacker. We need somebody alongside Roquan who's going to step up. And we need an upgraded edge too. Oweh had a good regular season, but that man was a ghost during that game. Like Van Noy made one play, but just overall, I trust us better at signing older defensive linemen and edges than drafting them at this point. Like all our draft picks has been edges have stunk kind of. Oweh had a good year this year, but like David Ajabo, he didn't live up to his pick. And it's just we've been misfiring, man. And Ravens, last point about the Ravens, like our defense used to force a lot of fucking turnovers. That's been missing the past few years for sure. So we just need to overhaul a lot. It's too much money being invested in that defense to not be making plays. And the receiving room, we saw one injury. That room got really stanky. On that last drive, he was throwing it to Tylan Wallace and Anthony Miller. Like, no offense to them, but like our receiving core ain't strong enough. And you had a lot of delusion.
When they said Anthony Miller, I said, that Anthony Miller? Whoa.
Yeah. And like our delusional family is like, yo, we don't need to tighten up our receivers. I trust in Zay and Bateman. Like, no, not to them. Like, when one of them get hurt, it got spooky. That's just what it was. Like, you really only trust Lightly out there, man. Like, Aguilar is supposed to be our wide receiver 3, but Anthony Miller made more plays than he did. So, nah, bro. But Lamar's 28, but clock is kind of ticking, especially seeing how Jaden Daniels is looking. And it's just like, man, I want to see us win the Super Bowl, but it's getting rough, man.
I do got to say, when we did our beginning of the season, I had my doubts about this, but I said it was because I didn't think Derrick Henry was going to be there in late January, and it was the opposite. So wrong on that for me. Derrick Henry very much was there. Nobody else was. The only tough input I got is True, me and True, we traverse other parts of Twitter that are even worse than this, but it's just, we all just have to be like so binary with these fucking arguments, so polar. Like either it was all Lamar's fault and he's fucking nobody, or oh, he had a great second half. Y'all can't blame this on Lamar. Like it was everybody. People people talk about how he did so great in the second half to bring them back. Well, why did they have to be brought back? Because Lamar was fucking up in the first half. Like it's all of them. So and to me, and right, he hasn't won it yet. He hasn't won a third MVP yet. We'll see what happens. But to me, I just don't want to fucking hear that for a guy who's a multiple-time MVP. 11 people have won multiple MVPs in the history of the NFL. So in a way, that's making him a top 10 player of all time. I don't want to fucking hear excuses for Lamar Jackson. He's a multiple-time MVP. Don't fucking fumble. Don't throw shitty interceptions. Was not his fault on that last play. That was fucking crazy. I've never seen some shit like that before, especially from a guy the caliber of Mark Andrews. Just wow. And it's not like, and what it's not like is, a 2-point play isn't easy, and they executed fucking incredible. He was wide open on a 2-point play for the game. Like, so that
Also,
certainly wasn't his fault, but the fact that they're even in that situation was very much partially his fault. And you need to fucking say that. And there needs to be accountability for a guy who's a multiple-time MVP. The fuck out of here. Go ahead, Darax.
Yeah, I'm not absolving Lamar at all. I said, like, he even said himself, like, he can't turn the ball over. So He took accountability.
Yep.
I didn't like the fact that we didn't run Henry like when we was on the 2-yard line. We ran that play where
Yeah.
Lamar got sacked.
Wasn't it only he only had didn't he only have 16 or 17 carries?
Yeah. Should have been used a lot fucking more.
That's not enough, brother. What the fuck do you got Derrick Henry for if it's not for a fucking a game in January in the playoffs with snow on the ground?
And we should have used on that 2-point conversion too. But honestly, we shouldn't even had to run that 2-point conversion. We would have just did the extra point. Then we wouldn't have had that 2-point conversion at the end of the fucking game. There were just so many like decisions that was shitty, man.
Yep.
Oh my god. But that's Ravens football in January until shit changes. Too much evidence of this at this point. So I ain't got no rebuttal, man.
Yep. They're in they're in the Justin Herbert fucking league for me now.
No. We ain't about
All right,
to do
Tay. All right, Tay. What'd you think, man?
Game went like what I expected. I wouldn't expect the Ravens to pull off some miracle to beat the Bills in the playoffs anyways. You know, it was impressive that they were even in the game. Honestly. The Ravens though, they fought. They definitely fought. Like it didn't look like they wanted to be there like in the first half, but they fought. They fought back and kind of, you know, they tried to claw back and win, you know, but you can't really bank on that and do that in the playoffs like that, you know, especially on the road. So Mark Andrews definitely statistically had a good game. You know, 5 catches, 61 yards. He statistically had a good game, but just anything that he didn't catch was the worst you could possibly. I mean, he fumbled.
Was a fucking disaster.
Yeah, he dropped the pass like for the money. I mean, like you need that at least.
He sounds like he wants to play for the 49ers. We love all that shit over there.
Something, but yeah, like
that was a
you know, like just having the 2-point conversion would have been some motivation for the Ravens. Like, yeah, Josh Allen was getting the ball back with a minute 30, but who knows? He could have got a stop. I would put millions of dollars on the Bills going down and getting 3, but you know, there's that slither of a chance the Ravens could have got a stop. They could have got a stop and went to overtime. Something crazy could have happened, you know. So it just that one drop, that was the season right there. Yeah, something's gonna change. Something's gonna have to change though. The Ravens, like this whole regime, it needs something needs to be completely different. Like maybe coaching staff, wipe something. I don't know. You already know how I feel about Harbaugh. I don't know. Something has to be different. Something has to be different. Can't have a quarterback of this caliber and consistently put out great defenses and just not seeing any result. You know, something has to change. They have to add a splash name, maybe another one. Like they added Derrick Henry, but I think they need another big name, maybe to get them over the hump.
Maybe from out of the division. Old T. Higgins is going to be out there on the streets this offseason. Maybe that's who knows. True. What do you got for us, man?
Not much. In terms of the Ravens, I mean, the Ravens are what I think I unfortunately expected. You would hope that things would be different this year. You know, as far as I will say this, I was on YouTube, on a DAR account, funny enough, and I was uploading shorts, and then I came across a video of Lamar, you know, his post-game comments, and you know, just the curiosity got to me. And I said, let me read the comments. Because every time Lamar does something, the comments on the videos is fucking hilarious. And I see all these guys, all these football, you know, like profile pictures and all these clearly white men with their profile picture. And they're like, Lamar is such a class act. I used to never like him before, but after these comments, after taking his loss and showing so much respect to Josh Allen, I like him now. And that pissed me the fuck off. It honestly pissed me off for several reasons because get the fuck out of here. Like that's one thing. Like sports discourse is fucking terrible amongst fans anyway. And as you mentioned earlier, Eric, we tend to we see certain spaces where it's a bunch of fucking
We know a
idiots.
worse one.
Yeah, there's a bunch of, and I'm sure we'll talk about that at some point. Some point very soon. But it's just me seeing that pisses me off because it's like Lamar has always had a tendency to put things on himself in his post game comments. He's never thrown any of his teammates, to my knowledge, under the bus. He's always been a leader. I think he should have thrown his coach under the bus several times because I think that's where your biggest issue is. Harbaugh has not done shit really. I mean, a couple good regular seasons and stuff like that, but you know, at some point when you keep having this lack of success, when it was Flacco, when it and now with Lamar, it's like, yeah, regular season success, and Lamar is an amazing player, but you keep having all these things go on and happen. You should have to stop and look at the coach and be like, hey, maybe we need someone else in place that can, take us to the next level. I mean, you've replaced they replaced Greg Roman and that didn't really, do much to make much of a difference. And I think that was, for me, I think that was where I kind of, like nothing's gonna save this team if they still have the same head coach. They do need another player that they can make a splash with. I like the T. Higgins idea. I think it might be some talent out there on the market that could help them this year. For next season. But it's a problem that starts at the top. I've not been a fan of Harbaugh for ages. I think Lamar saved his job several times. So I think maybe I don't. Maybe that needs to be the big change. But as far as the game goes, I mean, the game kind of went as I expected. Like right before the game started, I forgot I was talking to somebody, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're gonna lose. I'm pretty sure the Ravens about to lose." So it's like, all right, whatever. They probably about to fucking lose. So you know, uh, it is what it is. And at halftime, I was kind of like, "Oh, they're gonna make a fake comeback, or try to get back in the game." And I mean, to their credit, they did what they did. That Mark Andrews, look, I am not the biggest proponent of the idea that sports is rigged or that certain things are rigged, but that is the nastiest fucking drop I've seen because it is the dumbest drop I've seen. Like I watched that like 30 times. Like, what the fuck was Mark Andrews? Like, what are you thinking? Like, what are you thinking, bro? Like, what are you thinking? So that's my takeaway from that game. Just very bonehead, stupid football being played at multiple different occasions throughout this game. The Bills didn't necessarily look like a gangbusters team either. You know what I mean? Like they survived, and the
Both.
Ravens.
We'll talk about the other game, but like both KC and the Bills,
Yeah,
a little bit underwhelming.
Yeah, neither of those teams really wowed me, but I guess it is the playoffs, and I guess when you're in the playoffs, you're playing against other really good teams. So
it's just survive in advance. Yeah.
yeah. So as long as you get that W at the end of the day, that's what it is. I would have loved to have seen how the game went. If Andrews, didn't drop the ball because the Bills in overtime in the playoffs is always a funny thing. So I was really pulling for that. I was like, man, they need to get this too. But once again, that's not to say that the Ravens would have got the stop anyway. Still 133 left in the game either way. So yeah, it's a tough loss for the Ravens, but it's pretty much what we've been accustomed to with the team for a while. So it is what it is.
Our main man, Lee Harvey, has jumped in here since. Would you think there, Lee Harvey, Ravens, Bills, the regular season Ravens are back better than ever?
Oh man, I thought it got kind of dicey, like where they were up 21-10 and a half, but I don't know if you saw where Lamar went to the locker room optimistic, like we can still win this game, and it showed in that third quarter. But Yeah, I agree with True. That was one of the nastiest drops probably ever. But they say it wasn't a
Yeah, ever.
guarantee if
Seriously.
ever. Like they say it's not a guarantee if that the Ravens was going to win if Andrews caught that 2-point conversion. But I don't know. I mean, Lamar
Well, they would have had a
was
better
at least
chance than they had after he dropped it. So
right, right, and at least Lamar was pushing the ball downfield in that kind of weather where Josh Allen was just throwing for like 10 yards or less. He was really bubble screening the Ravens in
yeah,
that game. But yeah, it's just another disappointment for Baltimore.
it is crazy because we talked about the T. Higgins thing. It it is crazy that he's been, what's this, year 8, right? How many years did you say it was there, Axe? Year 5, year 6?
Except for T. Higgins.
No, for Lamar. How many years? This is year 5,
Oh,
year 6 for him.
I think year 6. He's 28 years old. So I'm gonna say it's like year 6 or 7, something
So
like that.
you know, year 5, 6, 7, he's winning these MVPs. He's doing all this stuff. He's still, they have not done what they need to do to get him a true number 1 receiver. This whole time, like a dude that he can trust and rely on and like get it to. Still, after all this time,
If Zay would have played, he would have been that guy though. Zay played well this year.
Zay, I like Zay. Zay's nasty, but I'm talking a true X, like a go up and get it, you know, a T. Higgins type. I think they need to do whatever they need to do.
Honestly, I think T
probably not
Washington, but I would say for the money that we have, if we can get Devontae Adams or
that's what I was going to say.
That's who I hope we can get. Huh?
Mm-hmm. That fits the Ravens mold. Wait till they get 32 and unwanted, and go ahead and bring them over. That fits.
They still got some juice left, though, man. Don't let that Jetsons fool you.
Lamar's way too black of a quarterback for Devontae Adams. Let's be real here. Be serious.
Yeah.
Oh!
So now all of a sudden, Devontae Adams don't want no Negro quarterbacks. That's what you telling me?
I mean, shit, he had opportunity. He had opportunity to go elsewhere. That nigga followed Aaron Rodgers to the damn Jets. I mean, why?
I mean, his decision making with free agency is some shit though. Like he don't follow Derek Carr to the Raiders. That wasn't really hitting on too much. And he went
but you get my point. You get my point. Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, them, they ain't black. He don't want no black quarterback. He don't want no running back throwing him the ball. That's what he say. He don't want that. He want what he want. I mean, I do think it'd be a solid fit. Even though like Tay mentioned, he's you know getting older.
I mean, that's what we do. Like he ain't lying about that though. Like wait till niggas get like 30 and we go happy.
Got that Torrey Smith, Anquan Bolden vibe there a little bit, but I mean, shit, man, I don't know. Like, I mean, Devontae, I mean, that's a decent option. I mean,
yeah, we ain't got the money for T. Higgins. Like T's going to probably go to Washington.
That would be.
I saw
T. Higgins and Dre Greenlaw. It's going to be a loaded up squad next year, but that makes them the odds-on favorite because somehow we're damn near 25 minutes into this, and we have kept Tay waiting. I want to go back and listen to our pod about the NFC East. Man, even Tay most of all never thought this was fucking coming, or this was possible, or this was. By the way, we ain't probably gonna have time for it tonight because, like I said, we're already 25 minutes in. But you notice how the Cowboys aren't really interviewing anybody for their fucking head coach vacancy?
Yeah.
Think you're about to lose your offensive coordinator, Tay. But in the meantime, in between time, I think he made a statement in the press that said he won't take any interviews until after the season's over. Connect the dots on that one. We were in the group chat, and the whole time I was just like, oh my God, is this about to happen? Oh my God. And it kept getting closer to happening, and the gap kept getting wider, and the Lions kept doing crazy fucking things. I got a feeling that might have been their shot, because they are, because the news broke a little while ago. I don't know if it's been confirmed by anybody reputable, but it's looking like Aaron Glenn is going to get the Jets job. So they're losing both their coordinators. Everybody a year older, salary cap. It's going to take a lot. So many things have to come together. So many things have to go right. There has to be such a perfect mix of coaches, of players, of injury luck, of everything to make a regular Super Bowl contender. And there's going to be some losses over there on the Lions. Just like there was a loss Saturday night. Holy shit. Tay, man, how are we feeling down there in the great state of Virginia?
Feeling good. That was a exciting game, and before I continue about the game, it relates to the game though. Remember when I told y'all about Jared Goff? Y'all telling me, "Oh man, he's so good, Jared Goff." This that, and that. No, he's not. No, he's not. It's
not a good game.
That game,
it's not a good game.
That's Jared Goff's middle name right there. This right here. This is the game. This is the Jared Goff game right here. Easy game. He's supposed to, at home, first round bye, fresh, and everyone's healthy. 65 degrees indoor, perfect situation, man. On the turf. Anytime he's throwing 3 picks, Jared Goff?
Pick 6.
Hell, nah. Jared Goff,
not only did he throw a pick 6, but then he got his ass Monty Brown, Roy Johnson fucking pounced. He got spine bustered on the way to the fucking, almost got a concussion. Yeah. You got a high school coach in there playing quarterback, taking snaps. It's fucking crazy. Oh no, Apollo's here.
It's just like the Lions knew they knew they were in trouble. You got look at the Commanders, no pressure. No one thought they would be this far. They're playing all these games with no pressure. Like, we're playing these games to ruin the other team's season. We're not even thinking about our season. So you got to think underdogs, no pressure. It's going to be tough. The Lions underestimated us. They were on their vacation for too long. They got on the field. Teddy Bridgewater played. That's how I knew that they lost. Then they're trying to get J-Mo to throw the ball. He threw a pick, then argued with his coach and blamed everyone else but him. He threw the ball to someone that wasn't open. They didn't want to play. The run game was fine. They were running all over us. I knew that was going to happen. But it's just about that one position, that one guy, that bum who got traded from the Rams because of this. When it's time to go put it on the field, he'll do something like this and ruin the whole season. They won all them 15-2. Come on, Jared Goff. We need a solid game from you. He can't even do that. That's why I say what I say. When I say Jared Goff sucks, Jared Goff sucks.
I heard somebody else saying, like an insider saying like that. You just saw why, because McVay saw, you could see it. They got to a certain point, but Jared Goff ain't going to get you past that point. Mm-hmm. And that's 2 weeks. That's 2 years in a row, man. That he's had a fucking bummy half or a bummy game when they fucking needed him most, because it's the Niners last year too
blew that lead.
Apollo's here. I know this is we're 30 minutes in. This is a very Ravens heavy, but this is obviously a season long storyline here on this pod, so we're a little bit of commiseration. Apollo, what do you got, man? The regular season Ravens went ahead and paid us a visit on Sunday night.
First of all, Theodore Bridgewater shall be respected. All right, with no slander.
Bro, he wasn't even in the NFL a couple weeks ago. Why would I come on?
He won a high school championship as a coach. Damn it, he is a winner. Anyway. All right, so
maybe if they would have let him in, they would have won this fucking game.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But all right. So the Baltimore Ravens, man, you had it right, Eric. The regular season Ravens. Ah, man. Look, I'm gonna be honest. This was a team effort. As far as this loss, this was a team effort. Mr. Jackson and Mr. Andrews, they did their best and turning the ball over. And I don't want anything about the conditions on the field or the snow or the ice. I mean, yes, I know. I mean, it is going to make the ball slick and the field slick. I understand that, but come on, man, these guys.
Both teams are playing in it.
Both teams played in it. These guys are professionals. So I will say this. I just wish the Ravens stop trying to change their identity when it comes to the playoffs. Throughout the regular season, we are ramrodding through teams. We are destroying. Now this year was a little weird because you're losing to teams like the Raiders. A couple of games that you should have. But then you got highs like destroying the Buffalo Bills during the regular season. Totally different team, totally different scenario over the weekend. It's man, it's just baffling to me because even though Derrick Henry was getting stopped in the backfield a few times early on during the game, that's early on during the game. You got this guy as an equalizer, as somewhat of a weapon X. In the third and fourth quarter, I've been saying it religiously. Nobody wants to tackle him at that point or that period of the game. They're already tired. He's the type of runner that gets stronger as he goes along. Even in age 30. It's just, he's been doing it all year. But you got the man to run the damn ball. And the crazy thing about it is, like, at the end of the day, man, you got Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. Teams know they got to pick their damn poison. It don't matter which one, but they can get burned by either one. The Ravens were not taking advantage of that as much as they could. Also, Zay Flowers. I said this when he got hurt. I'm like, I got nervous during the Pittsburgh game. But, fortunately, we ran the damn ball and we made easy work of the Steelers. But, like, for him not to be in that last game with the Bills, like, it doesn't matter. He is a guy that you have to put hats on. They have to account for him. And, he's just another extra weapon that Lamar can throw to, and we've seen it, basically all season. He can extend these drives. So, he's giving his receivers more time to, switch their routes, change their routes and get open and stuff like that. But, like, with Flowers, you really don't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, it was just a lot. But, even with that being said, they could have still won that game if it wasn't for, like, bad turnovers. I just don't understand it. And it's just another offseason where we're going to have to hear and I'm gonna be honest, this should not be all on Lamar. It's not. I'm not gonna put it all on him because at the end of the day, he made that touchdown when he needed to. It was just Mr. Andrews who decides to be a showboater and tries to go for extra yards and try to do zigzag zigs in the ice and try to be
that was wild to me.
Like, what are we talking about? So it's uncharacteristic stuff, man. And it's the second year in a row, uncharacteristic. But this is also the second time that we have lost to the Bills, in the playoffs. And that road playoff game narrative is going to follow Mr. Jackson until he can get over that hump. Now, granted, this was a team effort. Everybody has their hands in this loss, but the buck stops with the $1 million guaranteed man. And he has to find a way to make more plays on the field and not put himself in a position where they got to come from behind, But it's just disappointing. Man. Disappointing.
That's exactly what I said earlier. I said, like you said, it's a team effort, but Lamar's on the fucking team, so he's part of it, and multiple time MVP, hundreds of millions of dollars, top paid. You don't get no fucking excuses. You don't get no sympathy.
Real quick,
Make it happen.
Real quick. I don't give a damn. He better not win that damn. He better not win that damn MVP. And if he does, I don't give a damn. I don't want to hear nobody talking about that crap. Oh, he won the MVP. I don't want to hear shit. All right, and I don't usually cuss on it. But damn it, that pissed me off. And these fans is pissing me off. Stop being soft. All right, the boy ain't getting it done. He's not getting it done when he needs to. Point blank. Period. I'm tired of this crap. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Continue.
Hangs up the phone. Next caller. No, all right, so so off of this, looking at what happened, looking at the season, I'm for our picks here for this KC Buffalo situation. We ain't gonna go too much into KC Texans because what the fuck are we gonna say? We ain't said about the Kansas City Chiefs 1,000 fucking times. They do just enough. They get all the fucking best calls to keep drives going. It was a fucking classic Kansas City Chiefs fucking playoff game. Travis Kelce looks like he's playing in a fucking senior game, like in an alumni game. He's so fucking slow, but somehow he is open by 20 fucking yards every single goddamn time you look up. And they find a way to get it done. This is it. Just like I said about the Ravens last week, it seems like Buffalo, if you don't get it done here, I just don't know when you're ever going to get it done. So I'm going with the Bills. I said earlier, everybody, somebody posted the graphic. Everybody wants to see the Commanders Bills Super. I said it was a 1992 ass Super Bowl right there. Commanders and Bills.
Yeah, they want their rematch.
There you go. Who do you got there, Tay? Who do you got, Tay?
I got the Chiefs. They're
I don't blame you.
Beat. They haven't lost in the playoffs since 2004.
How do you pick against them?
They just can't lose in the playoffs, man. They have a regular season streak worth of wins. Like, I don't know, man. It's gonna take a lot to beat them. They don't even look good when they play. They're the worst team to watch. They're boring. They just win. Like the Mahomes and company is so good that they just like lollygag through the game and just win. Like Mahomes will never have a 300-yard passing game. Nothing. He'll get 105 passing yards.
Yeah, they got doubled up on. The Texans
said what?
Double. They got doubled up. The Texans had double the total yards, but
he don't need to. It's kind of like what Tom Brady would do. Like Tom Brady wasn't like fun to watch or anything. Like them Patriots weren't fun to watch, but they just found a way to win. And Tom Brady just managed through the season, through the games. Just you get to a certain point where you stop doing so much, you just win. And that's what the Chiefs do. So
they don't fuck up, man. They don't beat themselves. Teams just keep doing stupid shit against them. Like nobody realizes you could play a little more conservative and have a better chance. Like you can't go in there and fucking fuck yourself and have turnovers and have stupid fucking penalties and miss field goals and all that stupid shit. Like it's not going to get it done. Axe, who you going with, man? KC or Buffalo? Is Buffalo finally going to get over the hump?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they're motivated, and I think they finally get over the hump. They didn't really look good against us. It's tough to go against Pat Mahomes in the playoffs, especially with some of these shitty calls. But I mean, I kind of hope Buffalo gets over the hump, man. Their fans deserve it. I want to just see something different. I'm tired of the Pat Mahomes Invitational, to be honest with you. Like it's kind of on some Brady 2.0.
I got
shit.
a couple of
Pat Mahomes Invitational.
I got a couple of thoughts on that. Just and it'll probably be better for another episode. But like, I kind of feel the same way, but at the same time, I don't mind just because, and we've talked about this on here before. Like, you have so few opportunities in life to see greatness or see new standards established. And so, I wasn't a huge Patriots fan, but when they had the undefeated season going, I was like, fuck, I'm trying to see an undefeated season. Because
I mean, your
chances
team's
in
in
life
the
you get
NFC, though.
to see that.
Well, you gotta see this nigga every year, bro. That shit get annoying. I'm just being real.
Yeah.
Like, no other AFC team.
Who has 2 of his Super Bowls? Who did he beat in 2 Super Bowls? Who the fuck are you talking to? It's the one. It's the only thing that's fucking worse than getting beat by him in the playoffs. God damn. Another thing I wanted to ask. We're at fucking 40 minutes already. We picked one game. If he wins 3 in a row, do we need to wait for him to pass the total number of rings to go ahead and put him over Brady?
No.
Or is he the GOAT? Is that it?
No.
Already.
Nah. Brady still got this time, man.
He is already the GOAT. I'm not gonna lie. I don't need to win.
Okay. So the answer is yes for Tay. If he wins 3 in a row, that's it.
He is the GOAT right
over.
now. I'm not gonna lie, but
Brady got 7 of them things, man. I can't go for that.
I can.
Yeah.
I don't need to wait, and no.
I agree with Tay. Stamp him, especially if he goes off in that Super Bowl.
You know what? I see this is dividing up along age lines here. True, you look like you got thoughts on that.
Look, I don't have any problem with Mahomes resting firmly in like the number 2 slot of all time.
See, can't do it.
But 1, I can't put him over Brady. I mean, Brady 20 plus years and 7 rings, and then like there was a gap. I will say this: what happens for Patrick Mahomes in the next, say, 5 years if he wins like another 1 or 2 in the next 5 seasons after, let's say he does, 3-peat? I mean, at that point he would be untouchable to me. Then he would be able to do that because Brady went like 10 years without a ring. And to do what he did and be older shit and come back and win like a bunch of rings at the tail end, you don't see that very often, especially in football. It's a rarity. So, and also Axe said something about Buffalo fans that them niggas don't deserve shit. I don't like. Them niggas don't deserve nothing. Like fuck Buffalo. Them niggas be beating each other up and I mean they tailgate probably fire. They like got some good ribs. Fuck them niggas. I don't want them niggas to win shit. I don't want nothing good to happen for Buffalo. Not the Kansas City. I mean, I see a bunch of Kansas City Chiefs fans here, which is weird. I mean, I guess Kansas City's not like Missouri's not that far off from Ohio. I don't know the logistics, but I saw like a bunch of fucking Chiefs fans this weekend, and I think Mahomes is hard. I mean, the 3-peat is very, very tough to go against, but it's just hard for me to put him right over Brady. But
Why?
I mean, because of body of work.
Yeah,
the body of work. Yeah, like not even just 7 rings. You got to look at everything else that like Brady accomplished in that, but also that is over amount of time. I do value more so, peaks than longevity personally, but I just need to see what happens with Pat next 3 or 4 years before I say for sure he's on a trajectory to damn sure be the GOAT. To me, I've never seen anything like this in football. Being honest,
he's about to have 4 rings, and he's fucking 29.
Yeah, like if they win this season, I mean, and if he just continues to do what he does, that's the GOAT. That is the GOAT. It's just it's football. You never know how quickly things can change. And they might not get it done this year. So that's kind of why I'm like,
what's the pick?
Man, I ain't going no fucking Buffalo Bills, man. Fuck the Buffalo. Fuck Buffalo Bills. Fuck everything about Buffalo. Also, I just want to say I'm glad Detroit Lions lost as well.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of am too, because unlike the Buffalo Bills fans, those fans were acting like new money, motherfuckers. Everybody was already. Did you see that fucking promo before the game? I can't believe this is happening to me. What's happening to you? You didn't won a goddamn thing.
Detroit ain't
like it was already over. They talking shit like they're already fucking somebody. Not your ass fucking one and done.
Detroit ain't been relevant. They ain't been relevant since WZUP and Grant Hill days, and that was basketball. So fuck Detroit. I don't know fuck Eminem. Who else?
Damn.
Big Sean. Fuck Big Sean too. Fuck Big damn sure fuck Big Sean. Fuck Big Sean. This nigga's trash. But I mean, I just was glad they lost because I started to believe in them as the season went on. And then as we got closer to the game, I was like, why did I even pick them? Like, why did I pick them in the predictions? Like, why did I pick them? And then when the game came to fruition, I was like, it's gonna be a shootout. And technically, I guess it was. It just didn't go in their favor. Commanders were just ridiculous. It's funny we haven't even discussed the Eagles and Rams. I'll be honest, I didn't really catch all that game.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
But no, like I said, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. It's just hard to bet. It's just hard to bet against the best. Really, you know what I'm saying? It's just
hard to bet against that man
because it's like there's that championship level experience that they might not have fully needed it against the Texans, but they know they're going to need it against the Bills, right? They know they're going to need it against the Bills, and the Bills is like a rivalry matchup. You know what I'm saying? Like overtime rules were altered because of this shit. So this is a rivalry game. The Bills are going to come out with their best, but the Chiefs are going to. This is what the Chiefs have been waiting for. The Chiefs have been basically towing the line all season, getting by just to get to, because they know we ain't got to go hard all 17 games. We can lollygag and bullshit a couple games, and to be fair, the refs are going to be on our side and assist us. And that's also the other reason why it's hard to bet against them. I think the NFL and maybe some deity that rests within some dark force somewhere wants Patrick Mahomes to win another championship and the Chiefs to win. And like I said, I just find it hard to bet against them. Making history is the name of the game, and nobody scripts these things better than the NFL. So I think Patrick Mahomes winning, going to another Super Bowl, which even if they lose, it's still been a hell of a run for the Chiefs. I mean, it's fucking like all these conference championships just back to back to back. Like that's crazy. Like it runs through. And I'll say I'm a little different than Axe, and I know I'm different from a lot of people in the sense of when it comes to, I guess, the Mahomes invitation, as he said, or seeing the same people. I don't mind it because it's like that's what greatness is. You know what I mean? Like that's just great. Like when you're great, the greatest of all time, that's what they do. They continuously win. Like we saw, and like we basketball dudes are like Michael Jordan went to like 6 out of 8 finals and like won 6 championships. And LeBron James went to like 8 straight like NBA finals. Like this is what greatness is. Tom Brady went to a ton of Super Bowls and won something. Like that's what greatness does. That's what building a dynasty is. And I love seeing that type of shit. So it gives you something, it gives everybody something to invest in, for one, whether you hate them or love them. And as a lot of people say, they hate the Chiefs right now. And that's what I want. So, just want to see.
You're right. It's crazy because you think of all the success. One of the arguably the greatest Super Bowl of all time was the one that fucking Tom Brady lost. So yeah, always there, always around it. Apollo, who's your pick, man? Buffalo or Kansas City?
I actually think that there is a huge portion of the people in the NFL front office, and definitely in the media, and definitely in the NFL fan base that want Josh Allen to be the new king of the NFL. They've been wanting to dethrone Mahomes for about 2 years now. First was Joe Burrow, and that was Josh Allen. Like they're always trying to unseat him, but they can't really, beat him. And I'm gonna go with the baby goat. I think even if they don't, I'm not going to have a Super Bowl prediction, but win or lose, them making it, or them getting to this point is a hell of a run, like True said. So I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. It would be a great storyline, I guess, to have fresh blood. But I mean, like you guys said, when you have greatness, and I mean, let's be honest, we haven't seen anything like this since Brady and Belichick's Patriots. It's good to see some good consistency. But I will say this though, real quick, because I know we gotta move on to the next topic. I think the NFL really is doing a disservice to everybody and themselves and the integrity of this game by having these scenarios and these incidents where you can't really argue against the game being rigged. And
Yeah.
it's really dangerous. It's really dangerous, and I really am ashamed of them for that, because you got people not wanting to see Mahomes, or not really recognizing how great the Chiefs in general, have been. Andy Reid, like this run they've been on, this is history we're witnessing, and a lot of people aren't appreciating it like I feel that they should be, all because of how the NFL is just so sloppy and with their glazing, and it's like you're doing this boy a disservice. You're doing him a disservice.
I don't see any excuse. What is the excuse that everything and anything can't be looked at and overturned by the official that's not by New York? That's what they always say. They're watching from New York. They called in from New York. What is the excuse that right when you have a replay that clearly shows these Texans guys hit each other and didn't even touch Mahomes?
Can't do this.
What is the excuse that somebody who was watching that replay can't call in and overturn that? There's no good fucking reason to keep doing things that way.
You are destroying. They are so greedy. They are destroying their own product, and not even noticing. Yeah, people are still going to watch. Yeah, you're still going to bet on it. Yeah. But sometimes the type of money that you're getting, that shit ain't valuable. And after a while, something's going to change. They being too arrogant with that shit. Y'all got to tighten that shit up. Don't have those referees giving them these stupid ass calls. I mean, like, stop it, because now you're discrediting anything. So now let's say the Chiefs win again. Like we're saying, it's history. Let's say they do win again. Like what? Everybody gonna be hating it. Like, man, this shit whack, this shit rigged, this shit rigged. The chat is not gonna stop because y'all keep giving people examples. It just don't make sense. Whatever.
Yeah. Lee Harvey, who you picking?
I got Kansas City.
Am I going to be the lone Bills pick here? Lone Wolf? Goddamn!
I would love to pick Buffalo, but I had this funny feeling that there's going to be a play There's going to be a play where it's going to be left in the ref's hands, and it's going to go in Kansas City's favor. I hope it doesn't come to that, but I have a funny feeling that it will. And Kansas City will probably squeak by with a game-winning field goal or something. We've seen that in against Cincinnati a few years ago. So, yeah, I'm picking the Chiefs against my better judgment.
All right, so Rams, Eagles. My sleeper pick, I still would say that they came through. They showed why. Because I thought for damn sure, I was like, they're going to win this fucking game when they were driving down at the end of the game and the Eagles were trying to give up the ghost. It looked like it was going to happen. Just too many. They showed why. I think they vindicated me. Went tit for tat in fucking terrible weather, coming from a warm weather team, against this loaded Eagles team. It was just a little too much, too much to ask between the weather, between the players on the other side. Again, time and time again, especially in the playoffs, we see you can't not turn the ball over, and the Rams turned the ball over. Was what it was. Excellent performance, Saquon Barkley. It was again. Once again, some questions on Jalen Hurts, under 150 yards. Exactly the way we said it was going to go last week, especially Tay. So with that in mind, Tay, we'll go with you first. Are the Commanders going to fucking do this? Are they going to take a rookie quarterback to the Super Bowl for the first? This is not. Now, I want to clarify. This is not. This Andrew Luck, man, was excellent, but even he didn't do this. This might be the best rookie quarterback we have ever seen in the NFL. I don't know if this even counts the way that usually counts when you say, "Oh, is a rookie quarterback going to be able to do it?" Jane Daniels is fucking ridiculous. Made one of the top 5 throws of the entire fucking season in that game. The dude didn't even had his face covered. He couldn't even see where the ball was at. But it dropped into his arms so perfectly that he didn't need to see where it was at. Jane Daniels might have ran out there and fucking handed him the ball.
Had no choice but to catch it.
With that said, are the Commanders, the Mandos, taking a rookie quarterback to the Super Bowl? Is he going to get it done? I think I'll get to my pick, but I'm just saying the fucking Mandos gave them 5 turnovers earlier on in the season, and the Eagles couldn't beat them. So, what do you think, Tay?
Yeah, the Eagles season's over. We're gonna send them home. I think we got the answer to everything they can give us. We found a recipe. Only team to beat them at home. I don't see why we can't do it again. Jalen Hurts, he kind of sucks. And I think we're gonna make him work. We're gonna make him kind of like how Jared Goff had to work. We're gonna make Jalen Hurts work. We're gonna put up a lot of points, and there's no looking back. Like I said, we need to score 30. We'll score 30. We need to score 40. We'll score 40. The Eagles are gonna have to score points. They're not doing that 21. No, they lost. Go ahead and score 21 this game. I guarantee it's gonna be their last game of the season. Jalen Hurts is going to take Jaden Daniels' spot in the Pro Bowl. They scored 21 points. They're gonna need to score. They're gonna need to keep up. So, do I have the Eagles? No, they lost. Commanders to the bowl.
It wouldn't surprise me either because, the long-suffering Bills, they can't get a Super Bowl win. They overcome, Darth Vader and the Death Star and the Chiefs. And who do they meet up in the Super Bowl with? This just one-time comet passing through the air, the greatest rookie quarterback of all fucking time. That's how they still managed to not win the Super Bowl. Oh, it would just be the exact thing that would happen to him. True, what do you think, man?
So there's 2 things here for me. One, the Eagles and Rams game really didn't move me in terms of Eagles. It really didn't move me at all for them. I just think it'd be very funny if the Eagles and the Chiefs make the Super Bowl and Patrick Mahomes gets his 4th championship against the Eagles, because that would mean his 4 rings would come from literally 2 fucking teams. That'd be fucking hilarious to me. It
would be so fucking funny. Yeah,
I know, right? It'd just be hilarious. But honestly, I'm just not moved by this. Put like this: going off of their last performances, not moved by this Eagles team, but I was moved by the Commanders team. And for me, I would personally love to see the Chiefs and Commanders in the Super Bowl. That would be something, because it feel like something different. It would feel different, I mean, if we get the Chiefs and Eagles, it's like we saw that 2 years ago, and we're about to see it again. And Mahomes about to dance on them again. And well, I mean, Jalen Hurts played pretty well in that Super Bowl, but he's
been living off that game for the last 2 years.
Yeah. So I just think, like I said, I'm just not moved by this Eagles team, and sort of like all the teams this year, whether it's college or NFL, we've been like the wheels are going to fall off at some point for the Vikings. And well, what happened? That happened very quickly. We were a little skeptical about the Lions and their defense, and well, what happened? And the Eagles, I think we were all been kind of like, at some point, this is going to reach a point where they're going to, implode. And what better way to implode than against a team that has so much firepower and is so, it's like, no, I think everybody wrote the Commanders off a little bit, especially when they kind of went through that little small period where they, they had some momentum and they were like vying
and
for
then
that.
Daniels kind of came back down to earth. They lost a few straight. Yeah.
And the fact that they were able to persevere and come back and make it to the NFC, championship, I mean, that just speaks to the resolve that he has, and also just speaks to the talent of this team and talent of Jaden Daniels. And I mean, shout out to Terry, shout out to Brian Robinson Jr. and just all the talent they have, and Zach Ertz, who's been like, it's a resurgence for him because I thought that nigga was washed. So it's just interesting. I mean, he is, but it's just interesting to see how the Commanders have taken what they have and won with it. And I really would like to see them, go to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? And it is interesting. I was, Washington versus Philly. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be a exciting, lively crowd, I'm sure. Not too far down the road from each other, sort of. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Commanders though. I just feel like this is a game where the Eagles are gonna come in and try to just do what they do. And I will say, stopping Saquon Barkley is gonna be hard for anybody. It'll be tough for any team, but just something about the way they play. Team, playing football. I just think the Commanders got it for the NFC this year. I don't think they're gonna beat the Chiefs if they make it, but if the Bills win and then the Commanders, I'm rooting for the Commanders all the way because I don't want to see the Bills win shit. So, Chiefs Commanders, that's what I want to see. Super Bowl.
I'm a little surprised. We got 2 Mandos picks out the gate. Apollo, what do you think, man? Are the Commanders going to pull this off? They're the hot team. So a lot of times, the hot team, the team that gets hot at the right time.
Well, I definitely know that. I picked them to beat the Lions last week on this show, and I really do believe in Jaden Daniels. I also want my credit for calling him out when he came out, a better prospect than Caleb Williams. Damn it, and it's holding true. Anyway, the Commanders, the Mandos. I'm sorry. They are on a magical run, but it's not like lucky or anything. It's really like great quarterbacking by Jaden, and
yeah, they just I mean, think about the defense he was going against last week, but he looked great in the week before that too. So
yeah, before that he looked good too. So but as far as my pick, I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Saquon Barkley, man. Like this is what I'm thinking about. Ever since they had him set out on week 18, when he could have broke that record, they was like, look, you know what, dog, we apologize for that. I mean, you still got over 2,000 yards, that great season, but just go off on the playoffs. We got you. Just run all up and down the field. We got you, and that's what he's doing. Like he is on a mission.
That's going to be the legacy.
He is. They're gonna ride him to the damn Super Bowl. I don't know if they're gonna win it.
And the Lions were running the hell out of the ball.
Yes, they were. And Jahmyr Gibbs. Oh, he was beautiful. He's beautiful. I mean, he real talented back. Him and David Montgomery, real talented backs. But this is Saquon Barkley. Like this is, we got to remember he was generational. Coming out of Penn State. So, and for him to be utilized like he is in a Kellen Moore offense, mind you, but to be given the ball as much as he has, this is somewhat of a mission that he's on, and I think the team got him 100%. They got his back 100%, and I think they, as great as the Commanders is playing, they're gonna ride that boy to the Super Bowl.
I wouldn't be surprised. Lee Harvey. We got 2 Commandos, 1 Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got?
Make it 3. I'm done picking against Washington.
No. Please
I'm
don't. You're the method. I'm not gonna lie. Every time you pick the other team, please pick the Eagles.
What?
I've been waiting for this all day. No. You got the Eagles. No. This is the first veto. You got the Eagles. Nope. You got the Eagles.
Man, Jalen Hurts is like my mom say. Watching Jalen Hurts is like watching paint dry. Jaden Daniels is a revelation in the sport right now. How am I supposed to pick against that again?
Keeps getting burnt by it again and again. I'm gonna have to. I gotta believe that the juice is gonna run out at some point. The Eagles got the best, got one of the best rosters. The Commanders' run defense looked very, very vulnerable last week. It's tough. I really struggle because, like I said, the 5 turnover thing, man, killing me to pick and the Rams gave them 3 turnovers, and they almost fucked it up. You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to the Commanders. I can't do it. I can't get there. I cannot get there. Everything just seems like a struggle with the Eagles. I would not be surprised to see them win because, like I said, I just feel like this run has to run out at some point, and the Eagles got the roster to end it. But yeah, we shall see. It'll be a very active show on here next week, one way or the other. We've got another real active show coming for you later on this week. Our final college football show of the season. Some people in here are going to be having a very good time. Party hats, confetti poppers. Glad Notre Dame made it a little bit of a game there at the end. I definitely have a rant about that last defensive possession by the fucking Notre Dame. I just can't believe we already saw it one time in the playoffs, and you fucking did it again. Just we'll get there. College football show later on this week. I think it'll be next week. Me and True will hit you guys with a week in wrestling so we can review the Royal Rumble that's coming up.
Is that next week? Yeah.
February 1st. Yep. So
Saturday night main event this weekend, though. That's a
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's
It's gonna be a big show. So the Medium site again, crushing it. All kinds of cool stuff was dropping on there today. All kinds of different stuff, Cash Money Records stuff, music, movies, and sports.
Apollo has a player profiles on 2 players. That's also on the Shock Sports Substack as well. So make sure you check that out. I just dropped a NBA greatest game winners of the last decade article as well. I got like 5 or 6 other articles in the pipeline. This has been a busy week. If you check the YouTube, the shorts are kind of jumping off a little bit. Myself and Apollo, of course, we've been outside, very much so outside right now. HS is we run this rap thing and we run this outside sports thing. Going outside. I'm sure when we have our weekend wrestling show, we'll have to discuss that a little bit. Going outside and getting some fresh air.
No, I refuse. You know what? That fucking subject received 5 goddamn hours the other night. It fucking received a fucking enough.
I wanted to
receive it 5 minutes.
I wanted to say something so bad about it last night. I was just like, you know what? I have no energy for it. And I love it because nobody else except me and you know what the fuck we're talking about, because nobody gives a shit about this wrestling bullshit outside of just wrestling little circles online. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about none of y'all. Just point that out.
I can't believe how many things. If you've listened to our wrestling pod for the last year, wasn't no fucking news new to you. based upon all this, and then the whole fucking kerfluffle.
It's
It all
nonsense.
lined up just perfect. But anyways, college football later on this week. Weekend or World Wrestling pretty damn soon. Like True said, man, him and Apollo are outside all over the place covering things. There'll probably be some stuff. Me and Tay maybe making some appearances as the year goes on, doing some other stuff. It's just gonna go up and up and up. We got all kinds of exciting things coming down the pike right now for DAR Sports Media. We thank you. We've got up over the 50 subscriber mark. First, cool little goal. We got much bigger ones, but that's super dope. If you're listening to this right now and you're enjoying what we do and you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe.
Let's go.
Please do subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, you'll get the podcast first before we advertise them. Much appreciation for everybody who has subbed. Hope we're pleasing you right now. We are pleasing, and we do a lot of pleasing. And that's because the world of DAR never stops.